You do not settle for less. For never you settle for less for any reason, no matter what. Been long. Been long. When was the last time I came live? Must be must be over 1 month now. So it's been long. Never settle for less for any reason. You know. Nice. Nice. How about that speech? How about that speech? How about that motivation? Isn't that what I basically do? Just give advice to people out there, to my fans, to my followers. Give them advice. Give them a little bit of insights, what they can achieve. Just like I said, by following me, I'm going to help you to be the next guy with ease. Because the next guy is not following me, the next guy is not listening to me. You are. And because you are going to be picking information for free. I basically just give out information for free because I have a big head, because I have a big score, because I go into the world and I do things, I survey the world, you know. So I know more than most people. And because I know more than most people, I give out advice and people follow it, people listen to it, and people get better. That's what I do. I help people get better. So you go into the world and you see that there are people who have a lot of money. People have a lot of fucking money. People have so much money in this world, you know. So currently, this morning I'm at my workplace. I'm at my workplace trying to work like everyone else and make some money. And then you see that, you know, there are people who come to the store, there are people who come to the workplace, like people who come to bring clothes to the store. And then you see that today they come with GLK. The next day they come with maybe Avalon. The next day they come with Hilux. There are people who have 3 cars. There are people who have cars worth over 70 million. People have cars worth over 70 million. And in those cars, maybe they are family people. You now start imagining that in a week, there are people who spend 50,000 on cars in a week just to fuel their cars. In a week, there are people who spend my salary to fuel their cars in a week. There are people who have so much money. There are people who have so much money. We can't settle for less. You cannot settle for less. If you are listening to this, you must understand that there are levels to this wealth. You understand? Whatever thing you are aspiring for, you must understand that you can work hard and you can reach it. Do not settle for less. Never settle for less. That's my advice this morning. Do not settle for less. There are people who come to my store. This is a laundry store. There are people who come to my store to wash their clothes. Every week, they bring clothes of up to 20,000 every week to wash their clothes. 20, 40, 60, 80 in a month. There are people who spend 80,000 to wash their clothes in a month. This is minus the months that they come with their rugs. And then you see that just to wash their rug, they have spent like 50K. There are people who spend more than your salary just to wash their clothes. Your salary, there are people who spend more than it to wash salary. And then when I talk about this stuff, when I tell some of my guys, they're like, yeah, so what do you mean so? There are people who spend my salary just to wash their clothes. There are levels to this stuff, you know. To you out there, maybe you are working, you are repairing AC, you are repairing chandelier, you are an electrician, you are doing whatever you are doing to survive. You must not settle for less, you know. Never you settle for less. That's the advice for today. Even if you didn't learn anything from my previous videos, from all my previous videos, you must learn something this morning, which is never you settle for less. Do not settle for less. I've said this for the how many times now? I've said it up to 20 times. Never settle for less. There is a lot of money out there. You can go out there, you can do something and you can get paid. These people definitely know something that we don't. Hi, everybody that is saying hi in the comments. Hi, good morning. I hope you have a wonderful time. There are people who have so much money. I cannot settle for less. I don't know the last time that I ordered food. If you're watching this live and you live somewhere in Enugu State, I live in Enugu State. If you live in Enugu State, Nigeria, you know a popular restaurant called Mama Onyinye. I'm hungry now. I just came to work this morning now. The only thing I had for breakfast is cup of coffee. I just drank coffee and I came straight to work. Coffee. I'm taking coffee as my morning food. That's the only thing I ate this morning. Coffee. And then I'm at work, my workplace. And I'm not going to eat anything today till maybe when I go back in the evening. And I'll start looking for where to buy pepper so that I'll prepare beans or prepare egg. I don't eat food. Not that I'm not hungry. It costs money. I just came to work now. If I decide that I'm hungry, that I want to go out there and buy food, let me order food. To order food now is going to cost me like 9,000. That is without meat, just to buy rice and plantain and salad. And then with the delivery, it's going to cost me like 9,000. If I decide to now add chicken, it's going to cost me about 10,000 or 11,000 just so I can eat morning food. I don't know the last time I ordered food. There are people who have fucking money. There are people who have 70 million to buy a car. I can't buy food. I cannot buy food. There are people who have cars worth 70 million. And they are telling me that I should settle for less. The type of dream I have, the type of wealth I want to acquire in this world is Top G's form of wealth. You know, supercars, yachts. Top G and his brother they are constructing yachts. You know, I always follow Top G because Top G is my number one influencer. Top G is my number one influencer. I love Top G so much. Him and his brother are constructing their new mega yacht. Somebody have so much money to buy a yacht so that their yacht should just sit on top of the river. Somebody have money for it. And I'm out here in Enugu State and I cannot buy food. I can't buy food. And you are telling me to settle for less. You understand? That's why if you have been following me, if you have been seeing my videos, you notice that I don't even make videos with people, you know, because people out there, you know, you go out to the world and then you see people, and then when you start telling people about some certain things, people start being like, you are talking too much. Bro, calm down. Like I was talking with one of my guy, Peter, and I was telling him that, bro, I can't stay in this country. I need to get a lot of money so I can leave this country. And then he was talking on his own part, and he was saying that he can't wait to do his service so he can get his civil defense work. I'm telling you that this country is fucked up. We can't get our dream in this country. Our dream, we cannot get it. We need to fly out and go out to a better country so we can do better things and make some money. And you are talking about going to service to get civil defense work, so that you get civil defense work and then they will put you on maybe 150,000 salary. There are people who have 70 million to buy cars, and you are talking about to get work of 150,000. That is your dream. That is your dream. That is your dream. 150,000. That is like how much? Maybe $100. You want to be paid $100 every month. There are people who have $100 to wash clothes, to wash their clothes in a month, and they are talking about it to take it as salary. Do you understand? You need to work hard. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in where you are going. You understand? You need to be able to see through time. That's the difference between I and most other people. I'm able to see through time. In 5 years' time, I'm working so hard. I'm doing active labor. I've said it in one of my videos. To get money, you must do active labor first. If you're watching this live and you are thinking about how are you going to get wealth, how are you going to get wealthy, first of all, you must do active labor, active form of labor, whereby you go to work, you work with your hands. You work with your hands, you do things, and you make a little bit of money first, so you can turn it to passive income. You understand? You know, most people out there, they just talk about they want to make money, they want to get wealthy. Maybe you that is watching this live now, you want to get wealthy, you want to get some money. What are you doing to get it? You are doing nothing. Maybe you are even watching from your home, you are covering yourself with your duvet and with your babe. You are having a great time with your babe. Obviously, you're having a great time with your babe, and you want to get wealthy. How are you going to get that? Some people want to, everybody, that's what everybody is basically saying now. Everybody wants a passive income whereby they sleep and then they make money. How are you going to sleep and make money when you are not Elon Musk, when you are not Jeff Bezos? How are you going to sleep and make money? You understand? So to make money, you must first do active labor. You must first go out there, you must first work, and you must get paid. If you now get paid, maybe you can now turn the little bit of money you have to something else. You can direct it to something else. You can do some investment. You can invest in bond. You can invest in stock. You can do MMF, money markets, mutual fund. You can do it, and then you can make a little bit of money while you sleep. But first of all, in order to get that bunch of money that is going to help propel your life to the next direction, you must first do active labor. So you out there that is maybe you are repairing AC, you are repairing chandelier, you are an electrician, you are a plumber, and you are thinking about how am I going to move from my plumber to Mr. Bag of Money. Understand that. First of all, you need to keep dreaming. You must keep dreaming. Everything happens in the mind. You must believe that you can actually get it. I believe that I can work so hard and I can be able to buy Maserati. I believe I can work so hard and I can get a Lambo. I'm going to drive a Lambo in my lifetime. I'm not saying this because of making this video sick. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. I believe I can. I'm not planning to do laundry till I die. I'm not planning to do that. But this my laundry store that I'm doing now is just for the meantime, just to grab a little bit of money for the meantime. That's why I have this store. I'm not going to be a dry cleaner till I reach 40 or till I reach 30. This is just for the meantime, for the meantime, to make a little 1M, 2M, 3M, 4M, and then be able to do something else. What something else am I going to do? Maybe the plan is not that the idea hasn't yet matured. It hasn't yet matured. Maybe I'm hallucinating, maybe I'm thinking too much, but I'm going to move from this to something else. You understand? And that is what most people don't have out there. And that's why if you go out to the world now, you can do something and you can be able to knock down others. You can do something and be able to outcompete others. That's why you follow me. That's why I make videos. By following me, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to give you information so that you can be able to outcompete the next guy with ease. Because I guarantee you that if you go out there, you see that most people are not working like you. You go out there and you see that people are not even trying. People are just sleeping. That's why if you do something and you believe in yourself, you are going to go out there and you are going to outcompete a lot of people, because a lot of people are not even trying. A lot of people are not even trying. People are just there just for being their sake. You understand? People are just there for being their sake. Nobody's really trying. Nobody's trying their best. That's why if you go out there and you do whatever, say whatever. Maybe you are selling whatever, and then you come to work every single day, even when it's raining, even when the weather is somehow now. It's morning and there is no even sign of sun. It's like it's going to rain this morning. I guarantee you there are a lot of people out there who are just sleeping on their bed. There are a lot of people out there who are just doing fuck all. They are doing nothing. Just by being competent, just by showing up every single day, you are going to outcompete a lot of people. And that's what most people don't have now. Most people don't have the masculine urge, the masculine tenacity to keep going, even when it's not working out. And that's what you must get. You must have the masculine tenacity, the boldness to go out there, even when it's not working out yet. You are going to work and you are not making money. You are going to work and you are not seeing customers. You wake up every single morning, you prepare and you go to work, and you don't make some money. The next day, you still, bam, you go to work again. You don't make money, you don't make new customers. The next day, you don't care, bam, you still go to work. Maybe you get a little bit of money. Maybe someone brought a little work, 5,000, 10,000, a little bit of work, and then you do the work, and then you go to work the next day. You don't get to work, you don't care. You just wake up the next day and you take, bam, some coffee. You take some coffee, you take whatever breakfast you can, bam, you go to work, you don't make money, who cares? You go the next day, bam, keep going to work, keep showing up. One day, the universe is going to look at you and is going to say that this guy has been going to work every single day. He doesn't get customers, but then he doesn't care. He keeps showing up. He refused to be a weakling. He listens to Obata. You listen to me, obviously. You listen to me, you say no to TikTok, you say no to endless scrolling, you say no to mindless scrolling, you keep going to work, you keep showing up. One day, the universe is going to look at you, it's going to shine its light on you, and you are going to get paid because you keep showing up. Because you keep showing up, one day, the angels, the angels that carry basket of blessing, and they give it to people. The day they are going to come to you, they are going to come to your store, they are going to come to your workplace, and they are going to see that you are open. You are going to get a blessing. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. The person who show up every single day is going to outcompete the person who is really, really talented, but they don't show up every single day. I come to work and I randomly I get new customers, I get new clients, I get new deals because I'm always open. Because you're always open. If someone randomly at any time of the day decide to visit your store and then you are not open, they are going to give it to the person that is open. That's why consistency matters. You understand? You need to keep showing up. You need to keep showing up. And it's not just by showing up. There are a lot of people out there who just, when they go to work, they open their store, they open their whatever, and then boom, they run off. And then they tell their fellow people, yeah, please look out for me, look out for me. If someone comes, tell them that I'm around, that they should hang on. Who is going to hang on? Which customer is going to hang on? You understand? So you must have the masculine tenacity to keep showing up. Do that. See this. You must keep showing up. One day it's going to all work out. So I'm talking about showing up every single day, because if you show up every single day, you can win. Just because I'm at my workplace now, there are people who open their workplace and then they leave. They leave to somewhere else. Where are you going to? And you want to make some money. You want to be able to outcompete others. I'm able to outcompete others. I just got a little work that is going to give me money. I'm just making this life and just, oopsies, it just worked out. Someone came and then they dropped this work. Now I can get paid this morning because I'm active. You must do active income, active labor. You must do active labor first so that you can be able to turn the active labor into passive. You must be active. You must show up every single day. And it's not just by showing up. There are people who show up and then they run away. There are people who open their business and then they run away. I will come back. Where are you running to? Where are you going to? They have an appointment with a girl and then they open their shop, they bring out their goods, and then they tell their neighbor, please look out for me at my store, and then they run away just so that they can go somewhere and have a quickie, urgent boner, and then they miss out on their customers, they miss out on to make money. If you want to make some money, you must be active. You must be active. You must work. You must resist the urge to murmur. You are murmuring. You haven't made sales in 1 week, and then you are murmuring. You are angry. You are furious. Why? You need to believe in yourself. Very, very important. You need to believe in yourself. So I think that will be all for now, because obviously I have work this morning. Someone brought work this morning and I have to do it. If I wasn't open now, I would have missed out on this work. It would have been given to someone else. That's why you need to show up. And it's not just by showing up. You need to show up and you need to be constant. You need to show up and you need to be constant. If you are not constant, they are going to take your work and they are going to give it to someone else. You must show up. You understand? Consistency beats talent. Someone who shows up every single day is going to beat you that is talented. You are talented. You know how to do it. You know how to do it very well. But you are not showing up. They are going to give it to someone that doesn't know how to do it very well, but it is open. You understand? So to you out there, to you all young hustlers out there, I think when I started this life, I had over 20 people that were watching this live. To you all of you out there that is trying to do something and make some money, I believe in you. You must believe in yourself. Even if people don't believe in you, even if people laugh at you that see this guy all the way from Enugu State, you want to drive Bugatti, you want to drive Maserati, you want to drive GT3 or however it's pronounced. Top G has a lot of car. I can't even remember. You want to drive Bugatti, you want to drive Koenigsegg, whatever the name is pronounced. You want to drive all these supercars. You want to enjoy life. You want to ball. You want to do all this stuff. You tell it to people and they laugh at you all the way from Enugu State. You want to do it. How are you going to do it from your laundry store? Well, it's going to look like crazy. It's going to look like you are crazy. It's going to look like you don't know what you are doing until you actually start doing it, until it actually start working. And then people are going to go like, wow, this guy is smart. I really, really believed in you. You never believed in me. I believed in myself. I work hard. I proved myself. The universe looked at me, saw that this guy has something more than fire burning in them. And then I won. So whatever thing you are doing, I believe in you. Go out there, work your ass off. You must work. You must wake up. You must do something with your hand, and God will bless you, and you are going to make a lot of money. Understand? So I think that will be all for now, and I'm going to go do some work now. I'm going to go do some work now, and hopefully see you guys on the next one. See you guys next time.